look like? I want to be an academic counselor. Well, I grew up in Cairo, Egypt. I lived pretty much most of my life there. I lived in the United States for 1 year when I was in 2nd grade, and then I moved back to Egypt for 9 years. Growing up in Egypt was completely different just because as far as cultural traditions and values are much stricter than it is here, just because religion there is very predominant and is something that we go by. As far as school and academic goes, I was fortunate enough to be in an American school which followed the American educational system. I entered American school when I was a freshman in high school, and then I moved to the United States when I was a junior. After I graduated high school, I went to a community college in Nashville State Community College. I stayed there for 2 years, and I came to Martin this year, my junior year, and I was introduced to Martin actually by an alum who's my stepmother who graduated from here. But this is how I was introduced to Martin. The reason I chose to come to Martin is because of the environment. I grew up in the city all my life, so I think it was time for me to confine a little bit for the 2 years I'll be here and then go back out and, you know, spread my wings and do what I need to do. The major difference is how busy everyone is with what Martin has to offer, starting from student employment, student organizations, just random events that take place. It's much busier, much more active than a community college. I want to become an academic counselor and college recruiter. I was really fortunate last summer to get a job at Nashville State Community College to work as a peer advisor. And what we did was almost academic counseling, but at a lower proficiency level just because we're students. But I realized that I have so much potential to give in that area more than just helping people how to save their money, how to spend their money. And one thing that really inspired me and made me realize that potential was back in Egypt. Being in college is more of a right rather than a privilege. And when I moved here, being in college is a privilege more than it is of a right, just because you really have to work for it. And there are a lot of good students out there that I have met, and I know that they have so much potential in them, and they just need navigation, and I want to be that navigation. When I worked at Nashville State, I always viewed myself as the GPS, tell them where to go, and then they're the driver, they just choose their way. So I want to be that impact on students.